Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Jermaine Gresham missed all of his final year in college with a knee injury that he had to have taken care of. His situation is very interesting. He is much almost like his teammate Sam Bradford, and he's a player that could have left for the NFL last season and would have had really high ranks if he did so. Instead, he decided to stay. Even though they had those injuries, both of those guys ended up being the first ones selected at their position. Bradford went number 1 overall, obviously, and Gresham went in the first round. I believe he was the only tight end in the first round, so it went to the Bengals. It wasn't expected that he would be a guy that was going to be fantasy relevant this year, as the team was going to ease him into the lineup there, but so far in OTAs, Coach Lewis has been much impressed with Gresham and says that he's much more pro-ready than they even thought he was going to be. So this is good news for Gresham. We'll see how he continues to progress over the summer, but I'm telling you what, if the guy's out there, he's playing good, then he's going to get that starting job real quick because they need him out there in that offense. I know maybe the Bengals haven't had the greatest of fantasy relevant tight ends or anything of relevant tight ends for a long time, but there is a high need for Carson Palmer to get more weapons in this offense. They go out, they get Antonio Bryant to go with Chad Ochocinco, but they need Jermaine Gresham to be somewhat relevant in the passing game here. He has the talent to be relevant, so we'll see how he does in his first season. If he does play decent this year, then that's going to bode well for his career heading forward. But for this year, I'd leave him on the waiver wires because we need to see him actually come out, produce, show that that knee is back, and that he's ready to start being productive on a weekly basis with this team.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.